And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net, should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we will stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time?
Emergency traffic at this time.
And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We're recording now live till 5, and then we'll post it up on YouTube so you can come by later and do a call letter search for KC9VKV. That's Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, and that will take you to our QSO-VLOG page, where we're now featuring about 1,280 recorded QSO-VLOG air checks. Also this afternoon, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring Rochester, New York, Milford, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, and Arlington, Virginia, trying to get a better copy on our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also on the selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 2 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed north and south, the other east and west. The north and south mag loop can be rotated. They are selected by a 3-position rotary selector. Position 3 of this selector is a co-phase option that many times is 3 to 4 dB hotter than mag loop 1 or 2 by themselves. We do use a lot of rotary selectors in our shack, mainly because there's nothing faster than a rotary switch for comparing multiple signals. Also today, we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube QSO-VLOG video. Well, those are our working conditions. How about yours? This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG network. And now, let's check in and see if Charlie K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Charlie, got a copy?
And apparently Charlie is not with us today. Unusual. Usually Charlie's with us almost every Friday afternoon. But anyway, this is KC9VKV, and we'll be on the air from now until 5 o'clock with our QSO-VLOG net, and we'll be recording all the time. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Give me a shout.
Station calling, come back and try it again, please.
Station calling, come back and try it again, please.
Victor Echo 3 Delta Delta Uniform. Is that a Roger?
Delta Uniform, is that a Roger? Roger, Jimmy. Yeah, will you help me set up my hand mic and my high-on headset there, 3610, and today I got a brand new microphone here. It's one of these, it's a Heil ICM, just made for ICOM radios. I just literally got it an hour and a half ago delivered. Back to you.
Alrighty, let me, I have Milford down for some reason. I'm trying to bring it back up. That would probably give me a better contact on your signal. Let me run this, see if I can bring it up. And alright, so far looking good. And what's the name up that way?
What's the name up that way? Oh, the name is Ray. Romeo Alpha Yankee, up in Blue Mountain, Ontario.
Roger, Ray in Ontario, got that. All right, give me about 10 seconds of what your antenna system is, and let me see what's happening here on my SDRs. Roger?
Happening here on my SDRs, Roger? Roger. feet off the ground, and yeah, that's about it, and it works well so far, and it's all proper, good coax and everything. It's pretty standard. Back to you.
Roger, Ray. Well, let's see. I'm on the Arlington, Virginia SDR. I'm copying you about 7 dB above their noise level, and that's the best signal I've got. So I would try to, you're already into the proper setup procedure, right? Your compressor is at a 3, and you're running a mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC. Is that a Roger?
2/3 on your ALC. Is that a Roger? I'm trying to check it out. I literally hooked it up about maybe 20 minutes ago, and I'm running it. The last time that you set me up with the hand mic that came with the 7610. I'm just looking at it right now.
Roger, which radio are you running?
Which radio are you running? Geez, where are we here? Hang on, I'm lost.
What radio are you running, Ray?
What radio are you running, Ray?
I copy that as the 7610. Roger, Roger.
7610, Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Gosh, maybe I would crank in a couple clicks more top-end EQ. Try to get a little more top-end, Roger.
A little more top-end, Roger. Roger, Roger. You're talking a little bit more treble there?
Yes, sir. I would. What's your current reading on your EQ?
Reading on your EQ. Bass is 0. Treble is +3.
Alrighty, I would take that all the way to 5. I would take that all the way to 5, and give me about 10 seconds of something I don't know after you come back with that additional top-end push.
Additional top-end push. Okay, Jim, I've taken it up to 5. It's set there. Forget actually set at there, and I kind of forget because it's been a while. Light gain is at 40%. How's it going now?
Roger, looking good. You're looking about 3 dB dynamic range now. Are you pushing your let's see, your drive? What is your drive reading?
What is your drive reading? The drive is at 50%. Compressor is at 4.
All right, pull the compressor back to 3. Pull the compressor back to 3, and increase your drive to 60%. So that's pull back your compressor to a 3, increase your drive to 60%, and let me listen to you.
Roger, Roger. Compressor is set to 3, and I just raised the drive to 60%.
Roger, Roger. And you're maxed out on your top-end EQ, Roger?
Maxed out on your top-end EQ, Roger. What was that again?
Your full boost on your top-end EQ, right? Your 5 clicks push on your top end?
Push on your top end.
Roger. I think that's going to sound great. Unfortunately, I don't have enough, a lot of signal strength on you right now. I'm not sure why. Usually, Milford does real well in those situations, but Milford seems to be overall backed off this afternoon. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but even my signal to Milford is in the mud. So then maybe they're doing some work. But anyway, I think that's going to sound good. Roger, Roger.
It's going to sound good. Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger, Jim. Thank you very much. The band for some reason right now isn't very good. I'm up here too, and you're coming in a good, 10 over usually, and you're only about 5.8, 5.9. So, and it's up and down also. So, but there is some activity up in the Aurora area. There is something going on up there with the magnetics going on there. So we have large auroras there. with me, but there has been magnetic activity for the last couple of days. Back to you.
Okay, Ray, now you're coming in on my local antenna, buddy, so give me 10 or 15 seconds on something you like best about your 7610.
Well, what I liked about the 7610 is it's the largest screen. I upgraded from the 7300. I wanted the dual receive on it for sure. And, you know, there's a lot more things to play with on here, and I'm basically still at the tip of the iceberg there, so I'm also putting up a new antenna. I'm not sure what I'm going to put up, possibly a Yagi of some kind on a rotator, but I got to figure it out, and I want to get it up before November, before the snow comes. How's that, Jim?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think we're in good shape there. Your dynamic range is about 3 dB, and that EQ is very nice. It's got a nice edge to it, so the intelligibility level is well up. Roger.
Okay, Jim. Thank you very much. Because I got all the settings there that when you gave me from the hand mic on the 7300, and then when I got the 7610, you set up the hand mic on the 7610. Then I got the Heil Pro 7 headset with the electric mic. You set that one up. Now this one's set up. And I have them all stored. I have them all in storage on the SD card there. And thank you very much for your service, Jim.
Yes, sir. My pleasure. And you have a great weekend. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. And I have another thought about, my YouTube page. I'm noticing that YouTube sometimes doesn't get my my group QSO-VLOG on page 1. So, it might be a good way to search if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the date 9/4/20. So that tends to bring it up, where YouTube may put it further on down the list. If you go to YouTube and do the search for KC9VKV and then 9/4/20, that will bring up our QSO-VLOG. Roger?
Roger, yeah, I'm on the page right now. Yeah, no problem there. I'm often listening to you on Friday anyways, but I'm not checking in or anything because I'm listening to the other guys getting set up and stuff like that. And I can hear the difference as you're setting them up, and I can hear the complete differences going on and stuff like that. So I enjoy that, and thank you very much, and I hope, I'll be listening next week anyways for you, Jim.
Great, Ray. Thanks for dropping by. And if you get a chance, like I say, we'll look for you next Friday. And hopefully you'll be able to find, maybe next Friday we'll have a little more signal strength and Mother Nature will be participating a little bit better, with hotter signals. Come on, Mother Nature, you can do it. But anyway, threes to you, Ray, and thanks for dropping by. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. We record now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. There we go. Just had a screen anomaly. You going along and all of a sudden your screen goes crazy and you're thinking, well, what does that mean? what has befallen me now? But I'm not sure what it was, but we're back on track. So anyway, we are copying the mail except for Milford. Milford is still down. I'm going to have to take Milford down all the way and come back up and see if we have any better luck. I'm not really sure. Milford is one of my most reliable, and I count on Milford all the time, but it's not running. It has a very low signal strength. I'm looking at my signal in Rochester, New York, Georgia, and Arlington. All of those are 10, 15 overs, and Milford is just in the mud, so I'm not sure. Let me try cranking in on the frequency again. Maybe that's sorry for that, but every once in a while you have to try to fly by the seat of your pants. And let's see here. Okay, So 7188 go. And Ilford's still in the mud. So anyway, we'll just have to go without that. So this is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Okay, I heard a kilo something. Sir, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically. I'm copying you only about half a dB above my local antenna. Give me about 10 seconds of your antenna, what your antenna is, and let me look around and see if I can find one of the other SDRs to see if I get a better signal. Roger?
I get a better signal, Roger.
Okay, copy in Ontario, and it's Kilo Queen Mary. Is that a Roger?
Kilo Quebec. Kilo Quebec. Kilo Quebec.
Roger. Kilo Quebec. What's the first part?
Victor Echo number 3. Victor Echo number 3.
Victor Echo 3. Kilo Quebec. Roger. Roger. And what's the name there, please? Again, your name, please?
The name is John Juliet Hotel November. John Juliet Hotel November.
Roger. John, and you're in Ontario, Roger? Roger, John. Well, let's see. What radio are you running, sir? Okay, one more time, please. Roger, John, I'm not copying you on any of the SDRs. I only have a copy on my local antenna, and you're only about 1 dB above my noise level on my local antenna. I'm still trying to pull out what radio you're running. Come back slowly, phonetically with your radio. Talk to me again. I'm trying my loop. I've moved my loop direction just a little bit. So come back and try it again, sir. All right, just pulled my attenuate off. I'm still trying to copy you on my local antenna. Try it again, please. Well, gosh, John, I think we gave it a good try, buddy, but I'm afraid right now Mother Nature is not cooperating at all. You have sunk below my noise level, and I can't copy you. So maybe at a later time, if my signal comes up to you, hopefully your signal will come up to me and give me another shout. But right now, like I say, you are under my noise level, so I'll say 3s. And if you get a chance and my signal comes up to you, give me a shout later on. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. And hearing nothing, this is KC9VKV. And still trying to revive Milford. Milford is just, I can't believe it, but it has died. Very, very low signal strength coming out of Milford. Audio check 1 2 3. Yeah, it's gosh, about well, it's not even copying my signal. So it's got problems. Anyway, this is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. And we are going to be recording live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
KC9VKV, this is Whiskey 4 Bravo Romeo Uniform.
Bravo Romeo Uniform. This is KC9VKV. What's the name there?
Name here is Bruce. Victor Kilo Victor, is that what yours is?
Roger, Roger. KC9VKV. And so, Bruce, and what kind of radio are you running this afternoon?
Running a IC 7300 with an LGD tuner. Got a 40 meter horizontal loop, kind of off
Roger, Bruce, and gosh, what's your location, sir?
Western Virginia. Yours is, I haven't had a chance to look you up yet, so I'm not quite sure where yours is.
We're located just across from Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the mighty Ohio River, right at Louisville. Roger?
About that, I'm messing with what is, for me, a relatively new logging program, so I'm trying to get all that together. And you'd be my experiment in doing some logging with this software.
Okay, Bruce, I've been looking at your audio, and you could use a little fattening if you would be interested.
All right, fattening would be, I suppose, compression, perhaps?
Yes, engage your compressor at a 3, just a token amount, but exactly what's needed. So bring your compressor on at a 3. Roger?
Okay, this is compressor on at a 3. Is it any better?
Yes, sir. And then now go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand and just speak normally, naturally into your microphone and adjust your mic gain until your ALC reading is running mid-scale to 2/3.
All right, give me a second to get to that particular item. What was it you said I had to adjust again? Give me the name of it.
All right, you got your ALC meter running, so you can see your ALC meter, and just speak naturally, normally into your microphone, and with your mic gain, adjust your ALC to where it's running mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, so just a little bit under that. What do you say? I adjust my ALC.
You adjust your mic gain. Your mic gain controls your ALC. So adjust your mic gain as you speak normally, naturally into your microphone. Adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3. And that's important. So, you know, you want to try to get it as close to mid-scale to 2/3 as you can.
All right, I'll do that. I'll do a little adjusting here. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm about up there now. Okay, how is that?
Okay, now, yeah, just speak naturally, not like you're going to set a volume. Just not, your normal speech is what we're looking for there. Because if you speak loudly, then you're going to be off. Or if you go or whistle or whatever, it's not going to be true. So just speak naturally and just look up and adjust your mic gain to where your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, got that done. I need to also get it so that it's acceptable when I run digital mode. So hopefully this won't mess the digital mode up too much.
Kind of faded in and out on that one. I'm not sure. Repeat what you said last.
I want to make sure I don't set it such that I mess up the digital mode. I do a fair bit with PSK and probably do more with PSK and that sort of thing than I do with single sideband phones.
Roger, Roger. Well, I'm setting your sideband level, so I'm not sure exactly what else that you need to do. But right now we're working a sideband, and I'm helping you set your sideband modulation for 3 dB dynamic range. Now, the thing is, unprocessed audio has a 10 dB dynamic range. So if I'm just speaking and I'm going on a PA system or something, my dynamic range is going to be 10 dB. That is the difference between my softest speech and my loudest words. So, but that's 10 dB is not a good range to be trying to transmit. What we want to do is fatten that up by reducing the dynamic range to 3 dB. 3 dB is just ideal for transmitting because it's nice and fat, and your signal-to-noise ratio is just vastly improved with a 3 dB transmit dynamic range. Roger?
Transmit dynamic range. Roger.
Got that, and got that adjusted. I think it should be, as you say, fattened up a bit. I don't hear myself, so of course I don't know this. Good to hear somebody help me get that squared away.
Roger, yes, you are running 3 dB dynamic range now. You're using the, what mic are you using?
What mic are you using?
It's an Icon guest mic, SM50, I believe.
All right, I would increase the top end EQ by 3 clicks. Do you know where your EQ is on that 7300?
Is on that 7300?
So you said are you saying to increase suppression free or mic gain?
Neither one of both of those are perfect. I would not change those. You want to be 3 on your compressor, and you've already adjusted your mic gain for mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC. So that's done. What we're talking about now is equalization, the tonality of your microphone, the brightness of it. It's called equalization, tone control. One of those. Do you know how to get to there?
Do you know how to get to there?
No, but I'll dig my way around here. I just brought up the audio spectrum scope. That's obviously not what I do, so I'll go find another setting. I'm going to go deep down into the
I'll tell you what, Bruce, why don't you take notes on the EQ and then do it at your leisure later. What I want you to do is add 3 clicks top end boost from where you are now. In other words, add 3 clicks of top end boost when you find out where your tone control or your equalization is. Roger?
Equalization is. Roger.
Hello, Bruce.
Hello, Bruce.
Yeah, I was busy adjusting it. I've done exactly what you said. Fix the high end up a bit. How was that?
Ah, yes. Well, you're sounding a little brighter now, and that will help you in many ways. Like if you contest, when you're lost in the pileup, the more articulated your audio is, the more likely the person will be to hear what you're saying. You know, if it's just muddy and there's a bunch of competition, they're liable not to be able to hear you out of the group. So the more articulated your audio is, the more easily it's understood in difficult situations, not just pileups, but in noise. Roger.
In noise, Roger.
No, got that. I appreciate the help on this. I don't normally, I've not had anybody sit down with me and try and do that. As I say, I run digital more than I do phones. So no one sat down and got through it with me, so I'd like to appreciate it.
Roger that, roger that. Well, you know, we are in a less than perfect hobby here, trying to communicate from here to there. Mother Nature standing between us many times with her arm raised out in the stop mode, not helping us, but sometimes she is saying, come on, you can do it. And so that's when we get 20 overs and 30 overs. But otherwise, we're just trying to move along here and be heard from one point to the other. So the more articulated your sound is, the easier it is for your words to be understood. Roger?
Words to be understood. Roger?
Yep, understand that. That's good. James Ferguson, is that right?
Yes, Roger, Roger. I just went to my local antenna. I have a little bit of a copy on you on my local antenna. Roger, what kind of antenna was it that you're running?
It's a 40-meter horizontal loop. I live in a 100-and-some-year-old urban townhouse that's 3 feet away from my neighbors either side. So on the top of my roof, I have some, let's see, it's a plastic pipe that lifts a horizontal loop above the surface of the roof a little bit. So it's by far a compromised thing, though I have done fairly well with it.
Roger, well, you just came up 10 over, and I'm got to clarify that. I run a greatly reduced RF front end because I'm not, I don't want to add anything to the signal that's not there. So I'm out of what's called AGC compression. A lot of times you'll hear somebody speaking, and between words you hear this, and that's because you have your AGC gain turned up, and when they're not speaking, it's sucking up bandpass noise. And so I don't want to do that. I want to try to capture the signal as near perfect as possible. So I'm running at a lower reduced RF rate that when you stop speaking, the noise platform stays in the background the same as it was as you were speaking. So I'm adding nothing to the signal. I'm just capturing it as normal as possible. So I'm not sure exactly where we were going with that, but I think I'm trying to explain to you how my receiver. Oh, I knew what it was. S meter readings are actually, you're looking at the AGC compression in your receiver. That's what drives that S meter reading, and I'm at greatly reduced drive level, so I have no S meter reading because I'm not compressing anything, but I do have my audio out tied to a VU meter, and the VU meter is adjusted for the peaks of your words, and when you stop speaking, then the meter falls down and reads the residual noise level that is present below your voice. And the last time I looked, it fell 8 dB below your voice peak. So I can say that your signal is 8 dB above my noise level. Roger?
Got that, yep. And you're coming in beautifully. You're just about S9, but fortunately at the moment the noise level is down around S5. A lot of times it's higher than that. What kind of power are you running, and what kind of antenna do you have?
This is SB220 running at 1 kilowatt into a no SWR dipole. This dipole SWR is I can't see it. I can't see it move in the SWR position. So I think it's like 0.05 or somewhere around there. Roger.
Got that. Yeah, we got this loop of mine tuned up pretty well. I have an LDG tuner on here, but I only really have to use it like 10 meters, I think, and maybe one other. So it's pretty flat all the way up to 6, except for a couple of bands. And I think maybe it's 12 or 10 or something like that I have to use the tuner on. So it's done pretty well, but I run barefoot, and I did the study to see if I could increase the power, but my neighbors are too close to me, and I'd be just on the edge of what's kind of allowed from an FCC safety point of view.
Oh, Roger, yes, I know what you mean there. And Bruce, I've got an idea for you. This is a game you can play that will help your modulation. And it's called Look at the Meter and Speak. And what it is you're looking at your watt meter or your power output meter. And if it's the watt meter, you put it in the PEP mode, so it's moving around fairly quickly. The idea is that as you speak, you're looking at the meter movement, and you're trying to keep the meter up there at the 100% level. In other words, you're trying to keep that meter up in the sweet spot just by your voice. And you can do that by the way the speed of your speech, the speed of your words, and also the uniformity of your words. Like you want to try to keep all of those words at the same amplitude in addition to, maybe just a little faster rate. But anyway, trying to keep that meter up, and you're paying attention as you speak to your meter and watching it move and trying to keep it in the sweet spot. Roger?
Yeah, that'd be easier. I have a decent meter, but it'd be easier if I do it on my scope. I've got so I can really see that clearly.
Roger, and as the more time goes by and the more you watch the meter as you speak, the more accustomed you are to trying to keep that meter up, the better you get, and then the fuller, the fatter the signal that you'll have. Roger?
Got that. That sounds good. Well, I appreciate that. I don't do any contesting or anything. I occasionally will on the weekend get on and try to connect with some RACS folks. I'm another computer jockey, so I like to get things going on the computer. So all of that kind of keeps me happy. I build something and then I try it out, and it gets bored, so I build something else. That's good.
And Bruce, the final question is about how far are you away from your microphone? How close are you working your mic?
I'd say in about 6 to 8 inches, something like that.
Did you say about 8 inches?
Yeah, 6 to 8 inches.
Try coming up to about 4 inches. Try coming in about half as far as where you were. Roger?
Okay, you faded there. You want to repeat that, please?
And then give me about 10 seconds of something I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds or something I don't know, so I can hear your audio.
You faded there. Faded there for a bit. Maybe coming back in now.
Roger, Bruce, let me repeat. I heard you said I've faded, so what I'm looking for is to hear the difference between where you were working that microphone, like 8 inches, if you would move to about 4 inches, and let me hear you at 4 inches for about 10 seconds. Roger?
All right, this is about 4 inches. About that. And about 3.5, 4 inches, something like that. How's that?
Roger. What's your total EQ? Let's see, you're running that 7300, so are you at +3 now or +5?
My equalization treble side, I'm +3.
Okay, go to +5. Go to +5 top end boost, and let me hear you on that. Okay, and then let me hear you for about 10 seconds. Tell me something about the your radio that you really love.
Okay, James, I've gone to about as high as I can go on the treble. So we're almost at the top limit of it. I'm a little close to the microphone, and so that's about all I can tell you. What I like about this, the reason I went from an old Kenwood TS 940S, TF 940S, was the spectrum display. With the bad propagation, this way I can see if there are signals with ISCO where they are.
Roger, Bruce. Well, I think you're sounding better now. You're more articulated, and you may need to go back to your ALC and check your ALC level to be sure it's still mid-scale to 2/3, and you know how to adjust that with your mic gain if it's not. Roger, Roger.
Got that? Yeah, ALC's up just a little higher than it ought to be. So I guess I take the mic gain down a little bit and see how this is. Okay, that's more like it.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. All right, I think we got it, sir.
Boy, I lost you. Oh, son. W4BRU. Let's see, it's KC9VKV, W4BRU.
Roger, Roger, Bruce, 3 Way, sir. Thanks for dropping by. And again, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, that will take you to our QSO-VLOG page, but you might try a different search. I'm noticing that YouTube doesn't always put my group Aircheck on page 1. Sometimes it gets buried much further down. So what you might want to do is consider searching for KC9VKV and then today's date, 9/4/20. Search the call sign KC9VKV and then 9/4/20 right in back of that, and I think that will take you directly to the my group Aircheck and give us a couple of days to get it uploaded. Roger.
Okay, that's good, James. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the help getting things tuned up. So KC9VKV, W4BRU, 73.
Roger, Roger. 3 Way, sir. Have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
KC9VKV, this is WA3 Romeo November Charlie.
WA3 Romeo Charlie, Roger?
Romeo November Charlie.
Romeo November Charlie, Roger. What's the name there?
My name is John.
Roger, John, and what's your location?
I'm in central Pennsylvania.
Roger, and what radio are you running, sir?
It's an IC 7850.
Roger, John, okay, give me about 10 or 15 seconds and tell me about your antenna system.
Very fine. The antenna is a Step-IR DB18 something or other E, I believe. It's up at about 55 feet, and that's about it for the antenna. Over.
All right, John. Well, yes, your signal, you might be a little hot. We have a setup procedure if you would like for us to do that. It starts with your compressor on at a 3, a very token amount, but it does exactly what we need for it to do. So check your compressor and on at a 3, Roger.
Okay. I'm looking at the meter. Is that what you mean? Looking at the compressor meter?
Yes, sir. And you want to set that just for 3?
Okay. Well, it gets up to between 2 and 3 when I speak.
All right, so now that you've got that in line and adjusted at a 3, go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand and just speaking naturally, normally, adjust your mic gain to your ALC is reading mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, this is WA3RNC adjusting the mic gain, and you want this to read how far?
Just mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC. It sounds like you might be hot into it right now.
Okay, well, the LC meter is, wow, it's into the red, I'll say that. Shall I turn my gain down some? I'm going to turn it down, 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 down. Maybe that's too far. How about that right there?
Yes. Now give me 10 seconds about the thing you like best about your 7850.
7850, I think it looks pretty. It's the first radio that I've had that has a display on it. Although I don't use it much. Actually, I don't use the radio a whole lot at all, other than maybe on CW. I do more CW work than anything else. Over.
Roger. Okay, your signal sounds really good now. You're running about a 3 dB dynamic range, which is a nice fat signal, but you can't hear anything working. You can't hear the compressor compressing or the limiter limiting or none of that. You know, it's just a nice fat signal. Roger.
That sounds good to me. I'll accept that without any problem, and I thank you very much for your help.
Yes, sir. Just remember that you don't want to keep that compressor in there at a 3, and then you want to make sure that your ALC is adjusted for mid-scale to 2/3, which you have now. Roger. And also, if you change mics or something, always go back to your ALC and make sure that you're still running mid-scale to 2/3, because all mics are not the same, and so when you change mics or something, it's a good idea to go back and double-check your ALC. Roger.
Okay, very fine. KC9VKV, WA3RNC.
Roger, John, 3 that way, sir. And if you would like to hear your signal, beautiful signal, had a lot of RF on you there. It must have been 10, 12 over my local noise level. If you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV and then today's date, 9/4/20, as one entry, that will take you probably to our QSO-VLOG show for today, my group Aircheck 9/4/20. Roger?
Got that, Roger. Thank you very much. And 73.
Roger, because it used to be, I could just say go to, my group Aircheck 9/4/20, but, sometimes, it would be KC9 VKV to take you to our QSO-VLOG page. Then you would have to look for my group Aircheck 9/4/20, and sometimes YouTube would get that quite far off the mark down into the sequence. We have 1,280 recorded QSO-VLOGs, and sometimes YouTube would decide to put it halfway down the world. So if you just go to do a call letter search and then along with today's date, 9/4/20, you should be able to go right to our recording right now. And give me a couple of days to get it uploaded. Roger?
Okay, yep. I thank you very much.
Roger, John, 3 that way, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. Roger?
Yeah, okay. And incidentally, I didn't tell you, your signal here in central PA is about 20 dB over S9. Very nice signal.
Roger. Sometimes Mother Nature cooperates.
Hi, Jim. K1GZL. A little bit late.
Charlie, how's it going, sir?
Oh, it's going fine.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm sorry I'm late. I had a situation where I had medical people talking about prescription, VA, and all sorts of things, and I could not get off the phone. I was on the phone for over an hour, and I missed the beginning. But I'm copying you fine. I'm sorry I'm late. I couldn't help it, Jim, K1GZL.
Not a problem, Charlie. Not a problem at all. I am copying you about 15 over on the Rochester SDR. For some reason, my Milford is not functioning today. I've gone out and come back about 4 times, and it just is not there. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but Rochester's doing fine. Roger?
Rochester's doing fine. Roger? Okay, Roger on Rochester. I'm glad to see propagation improving. We've had a couple of days where there has been very poor propagation. I did have a nice contact with Captain Mike. Yesterday as he was flying from Sacramento to Philadelphia there, and I've got a little quick recording of him at 34,000 feet and he was over northern Illinois, about to cross over southern Lake Michigan. I talked to him solidly from western Nebraska all the way to Kalamazoo in southwestern Michigan, where he started to fade out, and then that ended that. But here's Captain Mike.
And it's K120, K4 Whiskey Charlie. We're 17 miles just to the west of Northbrook, flight level 330, 560 knots with another 600 miles to Philadelphia. And temperature is minus 45 here at 330. K120 from K4 Whiskey Charlie.
Okay, now that was Captain Mike. And yesterday I did talk to Ian down there in near Melbourne, Australia, and he was talking about the COVID-19 situation down in that area, and here that is, I hope.
There's a lot of consequences of closing down, and it's very costly to save some lives. You may save some, but you lose others. And I think Charlie's out for saying that the death rate is less than it would be from motor accidents and from flu. I think that's what you said, Charlie. Anyway, okay, look forward to catching you tomorrow, Charlie. It sounds like you've got a beautiful morning up there, and I can visualise looking out your window, and it's just a spectacular view from where you are. 73 all round. I think it's down to you.
Okay, there we are. But I thought I had a little bit more of it, and he said there was quite a bit of lockdown there, and it was really something else. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. So in your estimation, would you say Australia is probably is in the situation similar to in the States?
In the States? To a degree, yes. It all depends where you are in Australia, as where you are here in the States. But yes, they've got quite a bit of a problem, especially I think Melbourne is the largest community in Australia. But there are parts of Australia that are not bothered too badly. But it all is, they're trying to take every precaution they can to keep COVID-19 under check there, Jim. So it's something, of course, we all have to be aware of and be very, very careful. So look, I won't hold you there. I'm so sorry. I'm late here, almost an hour, but it was impossible to get off the phone. And by the way, it's a beautiful day up here. It's in the upper 60s, and it's starting to get a little bit on the dry side. No drought, but it's beginning to get a little dry here. So I'll turn it back over to you, and we'll hopefully get you on time next Friday. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. Well, gosh, thank you so very much for those two fine recordings there. They came through excellent, just perfect. So thank you very much for that. And let me say threes to you there. And I know what you mean about those telephone calls. Just as I was going on, I got one from I'm not sure who, but it sounded similar to ones I've gotten before that I really don't need. So I think I just hung up on them, and I have the phone off the hook. No sense in being distracted by somebody else's problems. It's the way I look at it anyway. So threes, Charlie. Have a good afternoon. Roger, Roger.
Threes, Charlie. Have a good afternoon. Roger, Roger. Okay, Roger, Roger. You're coming in very well. You're about 9 to 10 over direct. Here you are. Affected by somebody else's problems. The way I look at it anyway. So, threes, Charlie. Have a good afternoon. Roger, Roger. Okay, 73, Jim. Cheers, and I should be here tomorrow at the usual time, K1GZL.
Roger, Roger, Charlie. See you next Friday at 3:30 or thereabouts. If the creeks don't rise and all things are equal. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. What's Sierra?
Sierra Station, come back with the call sign slowly, phonetically, please.
With the call sign slowly, phonetically, please. November 4, Kilo Lima Sierra.
Kilo Lima Sierra, Roger, Roger. This is KC9VKV. What's the name there?
Roger, Roger. This is KC9VKV. What's the name there?
So the name on this end is Kevin, and I'm in Central South Carolina. I really just got finished doing some work on this. Would like to have you check it out if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. I just went from Rochester, New York to my local antenna. I have a much better copy on you. On my local antenna looks to be about 15 over. So give me about 10 to 15 seconds about your antenna system so I can look at your audio.
Okay. My antenna system is a off-center fed dipole. For 160 through 6 meters, I usually stay down on 160, but well, today I'm up on 40 meters, but yeah, it's a very good antenna, and it's up about 35 feet.
Roger, yes, I have 15 over on your signal on my local antenna. Now, what radio are you running, sir?
This is a Kenwood TS940. It is a boat anchor.
Roger, yeah, you do have a compressor on the radio?
Yes, sir. Right now I'm not running any compression at all. I've tried to set the compression according to the manual, and if you'd like me to go ahead and turn it on, I can go ahead and do it.
All right, disregard the manual. Just set that. What kind of input control? Is it like a volume kind of thing? What we're looking for is just about a third of its capabilities. If it's got markings 3 out of 10, 0 to 10, put it on a 3. We're just looking for a little bit, but a 3 out of 10 or a 30 out of 100.
Okay, this has a processor in and a processor out, and it is a knob, and right now the processor is in. The mic gain has no effect. When you use the processor on this radio, the mic gain, to my knowledge, I don't believe it has any effect whatsoever.
Well, it does. You're up against the wall on that compressor. So you have no markings. I would set it at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, according to a clock. 9:30, 10 o'clock. Roger.
Okay, right there I've got the in and the out. About 9:30.
Oh, it has an in and an out?
Yes, sir. It has a processor in and out.
All right. Take your out to full open all the way to the right. Take your out full open all the way to the right.
Okay. Right now, I'm sorry. You said processor in or out all the way?
Out. I tell you what, though, in retrospect, hearing what I just heard, take that out to about, if you're looking at a clock, maybe 11 o'clock. Roger?
Okay, the out is about 11 o'clock right there.
All right, we still got some distortion. So what is your input? Is it about 9 o'clock?
Yes, my in processor is about 9 o'clock right now.
All right, what's your mic gain?
Okay, the mic gain is roughly 930.
Okay, take your mic gain to 830.
Okay, we've got the mic gain around 830 right there.
Still have distortion. Take your compressor out.
Okay, that's no compression whatsoever.
Yeah, the compressor's pretty distorted. I would say let's do something else. Let's go to your ALC. You know where your ALC meter is?
Sure, I sure do. I can put it in ALC right now, and it is just it's just barely tickling it. Well, let me see. At times it is peaking all the way at the top of the ALC.
Yeah, that's when we needed that compressor to try to moderate that just a little bit. But let's do this. Speak naturally, normally into your mic, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3. We're looking for that space between mid-scale and 2/3 as a preferred place, but we need that meter to move between mid-scale and 2/3. Roger?
It's really jumped. Now there may be something wrong with this radio. The ALC, you turn the mic gain up and it really gets up there.
Okay, let's see, Kevin, do you have a copy now?
Yeah, I sure do.
Okay, I don't know if Mother Nature just played a game or what, but what was your mic gain before?
Okay, right now the microphone gain is about 830.
Okay, 830, and what's your ALC reading?
Okay, the ALC reading is, it's peaking right about the top, maybe a little bit over.
Okay, pull your mic gain to 8.
Okay, how's that right there, Jim?
How's your ALC look?
Okay, let's see. Right now, it's at times it's still peaking to the top of the ALC. I'm almost thinking that may be the one thing wrong with this radio, although I'm not certain.
Roger. Okay. Well, let's now bring the compressor back in, and we want that input control to be at about 9 o'clock, and the output control to be about 9 o'clock of the compressor engaged. Roger?
Okay, we've got the processor in both in and out are at 9 o'clock.
Okay, not as much distortion there. Try 830, both of them at 830.
Okay, best I can tell, that's right about 8:30.
Okay, go back to 9. I got to see if we've got atmospheric conditions or your audio got bumped down. So go to 9 o'clock.
Okay, I understand. We're back, processor in and out at 9 o'clock.
I guess Mother Nature did a downturn because you're down about 6 dB from where you were. So come back and tell me something about that radio again that you like really well.
Okay, the TS940, I really like the receive. As a matter of fact, I do have a 30 over signal on you here in South Carolina, but yes, the receive is great. I've replaced the power supply in it. It runs a lot cooler, and I think it's on the way to possibly having a few more years left on it.
Roger that. Now, that radio does not have inboard equalization, Roger?
That's correct, and also the bandwidth is only going to be about 2.4.
Roger, and you have it on. You do not have a selectable bandwidth, Roger?
No, sir, I do not. Now, the one thing I do have, I'm using a Heil Classic microphone. I do have a high and a wide. a narrow and a wide setting on the mic. I have been using the wide setting the whole time.
All right, can you change that and let me hear it the other way?
Okay, right now we're in the narrow. Right now the Heil microphone is on the narrow element.
Yeah, go back to your wide.
Okay, no problem. We're back on the wide.
Okay, and about how far away from that mic are you?
I'd say I'm cross-talking the microphone and I'm about 4 inches.
All right, pull back to about 6, and we're going to try inverse, what is that, proximity effect, inverse proximity effect. If you pull back off mic, your bass should go down and your treble should increase. And so talk to me from about 6 inches away.
Okay, Jim. Right now we're roughly about 6 inches away from the mic, and I'm still cross-talking it.
All right, sounds a lot better. It doesn't have quite as much bottom end, and it does have a little more top end. So we're closer to where we need to be than where you were at the 4 inches, Roger?
I understand. So the processor is probably about where it needs to be.
I do not hear much distortion, and your signal is very full, about 3.5 dB. So for that radio, I think it's doing an excellent job.
Okay. I also am using amplifier, and I'm probably putting out about 800 watt right now. So, but anyway, I hope this does sound better than it did when I first started.
Yes, sir. I think if you go to YouTube and listen to your audio, I think you'll agree. You might search a little bit differently. If you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, KC9VKV, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by today's date, 9/4/20. 9/4/20. That should bring up our recording immediately, as opposed to you having to look further into the stack. So just do KC9VKV 9/4/20, and that should bring up today's recording. Roger?
I understand, Jim. I really do appreciate your time and your expertise, and I'll say 7-3, and have a great weekend, long weekend coming up. So end of summer already. So anyway, have a good one, Jim. 7-3s, KC9VKV. This is November 4, Kilo Lima Sierra. 7-3s, buddy.
Roger, Kevin 3's that way, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is KC9VKV. My name is Jim, and this is the QSO-VLOG Friday afternoon net between 3:30 and 5. We're recording live. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. There was a Kilo November 4 station. Kilo November 4 station. Come back slowly, phonetically, with your call sign.
Kilo November 4, Mike Lima Mike. Kilo November 4, Mike Lima Mike.
Mike Lima Mike. What's the name there, sir?
Roger that. The name here is Jeff. You're Echo Foxtrot Foxtrot. Thanks for taking my call. Over.
Roger, Jeff. Now, I do have just a dB or so above my noise level on my local radio. I'll check out some of the other SDRs. If you'll give me about 10 or 15 seconds on your antenna system, I'll look around and see if I can find a better path.
Roger that. We've got a quarter wave installed on a mast of just a steel mast, about 23 feet up in the air over top of a metal pole building. Over.
Roger. Okay, I'm copying you about 5 dB above the Atlanta, Georgia SDR noise level. So I guess we'll be working that. SDR for the moment. Things shift around, but right now you're about 5 dB over the noise level of the Atlanta, Georgia SDR. What radio are you running, sir? Roger. And that is the capability of your power amp is 200 watts. Is that a Roger?
Negative. That is the capability rating of the portable antenna.
Okay. I got you. All right. Well, gosh, we have a setup procedure for the 7300. If you might be interested, it starts with your compressor on at a 3. Your compressor turn on at a 3. A very token amount, but it does just what it needs to do. Roger?
Just what it needs to do, Roger. Roger that. I've been listening for a while, so I'm already set at 3 with the compressor. My gain is at 40%. And, I've got that set right now. Over.
Roger. And your ALC is, that's the important thing. The actual nomenclature of the mic gain is not really important. The important thing is the mic gain and its effect on the ALC. So what we really want to do is use that mic gain to adjust the ALC for mid-scale to 2/3 as you speak naturally and normally into your microphone. Just look up and just turn your mic gain up or down so your ALC reading is mid-scale to 2/3.
Mid-scale to 2/3. Roger that. I'm currently at mid-scale. I'm turning up as I'm talking, and mid-range currently, and I'm not going above.
Roger, Jeff. Well, that's a good setting. You are faded down on the Atlanta, Georgia SDR right towards their noise level. So unfortunately, I don't have a good copy there, and I do not have a better copy anywhere else. So we'll call it even. Stephen, I think you'll be better off in that situation. I wish I could copy. Give me about 10 seconds on what you like best about your radio. See if I can get a better copy.
Space on my shack, but carries a big punch and it has quite a few features. I'm still learning them all, and it has been doing well DXing across over into Europe and also up into the northeast United States. Been unlucky going west. Over.
Roger that. Now, do you know how to get to your your equalization, your tone control on that radio?
Yes, roger that. I guess you should know also that I'm running an SM50 microphone set up a factory gain on the bottom. I've not adjusted that. So let me get to the EQ settings. Thank you.
Roger, Roger. Standing by. Jeff is trying to find his EQ. He knows where his EQ is. He's just got to get there and bring it up, and we have a little business to conduct there. All right, and what are your current readings? Yes, sir. Take your top end +4. Top end +4. And we'll give me another 10. After you get that EQ boosted 4 clicks from where it is, give me about 10 seconds on something I don't know about that radio that you really like.
Radio is currently sitting out in a pole barn, and I like the fact that I can cover it up or pick it up and pack it up and put it somewhere or travel it back to the house and set it up in the basement. It's currently set at +4 on the treble TX, over.
Well, Milford is back amongst the living, but the problem is that I've messed with it, and I have to go back and align it. But gosh, you have a beautiful signal in Milford. It's just... it has to be calibrated, and I can't do that right now. So let me try you on Rochester. Come back and talk to me for a minute.
On Rochester, come back and talk to me for a minute.
I'm treble and 4. It's notched up 4. Again, like I said, I love this radio because it's portable and yet it's a nice base as a beginner HF for me as a young ham, 51 years young.
Roger, Roger. I think that's going to help out immensely there, your articulation. Your dynamic range is 3 dB, which is exactly where you want to be, Roger.
Which is 3 dB, which is exactly where you want to be, Roger.
Roger that. Assistance with setting up my radio, and hope to talk to you soon as I adjust my shack and get new antennas, over.
Roger that, Roger that. Well, let me say 3s to you, Jeff. Thanks for dropping by. And again, if you want to check out your audio, the recording that I'm making right now was on the Milford PA SDR, and it's not set up correctly, and I don't have another signal to help with. Gosh, I should not have maladjusted that, trying to look for the problem. But anyway, I think we're in good shape there. And I tell you what, if you would like, where will you be at about 5:05?
Be at about 5:05.
I will be sitting right here in front of the radio, over.
All right. What will happen then if you want? We'll get to 5:05, and after 5 I'll sign, and then I'll stay, and I'll recalibrate my Milford PA SDR receiver, and then we'll make another recording in a better situation. Roger.
Another recording in a better situation, Roger.
So I'll call that what we'll call 73s until 5:05. Back to you.
Roger, Roger. I copied you on Atlanta, and you sound fine. So we'll get a good recording off Milford after I get it recalibrated. 3, sir, and have a great afternoon. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Station Foxtrot something. Give me a call sign again, slowly, phonetically.
The call is Whiskey 3, Juliet, Whiskey 3, Juliet, Fox, Delta, named James in Delaware.
Now, there's a station that ends their call sign in F, in Foxtrot. That's the station I'm looking for, the station that ends their call sign with an F. Come back again, slowly, phonetically, with your call sign, please.
Okay, Jim, that's Whiskey Bravo 3, Golf Bravo Foxtrot.
Golf Bravo Foxtrot, is that a Roger?
That's a Roger.
Thank you, sir. What's the name there?
The name here is Fred. I'm located in Pikesville, Maryland, and I'm working on the antennas, trying to get them tuned up and stuff, and I ran across your frequency. And copying you at about 5'9" here in Maryland, Jim.
Roger, Fred, and what kind of radio are you running there, sir?
I am running the Fox Tango 1000 NT. 1000 NT.
1000. Mary Paul, Roger? Alrighty, I'm copying you about 4 dB over my noise level. Why don't you give me about 10 seconds or so about your antenna system, Roger?
Roger, Jim.
Roger.
Is a inset long line, homebrew. It's about 180 feet long.
Roger that, still copying you about 4 dB over my noise level. So we have a setup that would be good for you and your transmitter and your audio. It would begin with your compressor at a 3. Engage your compressor at a 3. Roger, Roger.
Roger. Let me put it on compressor, which is here. And the compressor is about it's about a 3 right there, Jim.
Alrighty, now move to your ALC with mic gain in hand and adjust the ALC where it's running mid-scale to 2/3 by speaking normally, naturally into your microphone. With a mic gain, adjust your ALC to where it's mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, Roger. This is Whiskey Bravo 3, Golf Bravo Foxtrot in Maryland, and I'm trying to get the mic gain, get the ALC down there. It's about 2/3 there. Go ahead.
Roger, so you were successful in running mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC.
Yes, sir.
All right, and then does that radio have EQ?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I don't know how to manipulate it.
What kind of EQ does it have? Is it 3-band or is it more complex like 8-band? All right, your signal's dropped down. Try one more time. Is it a 3-band? Okay, you have dropped down into my noise level. Give me about 10 seconds of something I don't know so I can look around and see if I can better get a better signal for you, Roger?
Roger.
Go ahead, give me 10. Roger, just too close to my noise level to be able to really hear what's happening there. Maybe next Friday you can give me a shout, and we'll try and get a handle on the EQ part of your signal. But the rest of it is, your compressor should be on at a 3, and you should have by now adjusted your ALC meter to run mid-scale to 2/3 by way of adjusting your mic gain control. Roger?
I do not have the amplifier on at this moment, running probably about 40 watts, QSO.
Well, tell me, sir, why would you not have your amplifier on when I can barely hear you?
Well, I thought maybe if I didn't have anything accentuated, you could hear me better. But I guess that's not the case.
Turn that sucker on, sir. Turn that amplifier on, and let's get moving down the road here.
Okay, this is Whiskey Bravo 3, Golf Bravo Foxtrot, amplifier on. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, sir. You're killing me. Here I am trying to pull you out of the noise, and you're sitting back there with, oh, sir, please. When somebody is having difficulty, when somebody's telling you that you're only a dB above their noise level, kick the amp on. Matter of fact, it's a good idea. If you got the amp, run the amp. I mean, that's what it's made for. And you want to, my motto is put your best foot forward. I know there's 1,000 other things that people say, but my motto is put your best foot forward. Roger?
Roger, I keep putting my best foot forward. Jim, people keep stepping on it.
Well, they step on it less when you're running what you're running than what you were running.
Okay, if you say so. ALC about 3/4, and no reading on the compression whatsoever.
Okay, but what is your input device to the compressor? Is it a knob that's marked 0 to 10, or marked 0 to 100, or just what is that input selector for the gain for the compressor?
It is a knob, and it has the little digits on it. No numbers on the digits. Let me see if I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's on about a 3 out of 10. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. That's exactly where you want to be. Now, does that radio have equalization? I think I asked you that before, but I can hear you now, and I can hear you reply. Go ahead.
Yes, it has an extensive menu in there to adjust the transmit and receive equalization. I think that's what you mean. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Now, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that radio, but like if it's an 8-band, I don't necessarily want to get into that. All I want to tell you is that you need some more definition in your top end. So if it is, if you can take notes, I'll give you some notes about that equalizer. You want to, if it's an 8-band EQ, you want to take your top 3, move them positive, boost about half of their capabilities at least. Flat would be straight up. You want to go halfway to the right, boost those top 3 frequencies if you can. That will help you a great deal. Usually that would be in an 8-band, it would be 8, 4, and 2K. So if you moved all those 3 to the middle part of the boost position, that would help you a great deal.
Roger that, Jim. Roger that. What I will do, I will get out that book and see just where how to get into that menu and adjust the EQ either way, one way or the other, and see if we can go ahead and do what you just said there. Now, give me an indication of when you're going to be back on here again.
Next Friday, at 3:30 till 5. Every Friday, 3:30 till 5, we record live and then posted it up on YouTube so folks can come by and do a call letter search for KC9VKV along with today's date, 9/4/20, and that will bring up today's recording. Roger?
Roger. And you are located where, Jim?
Located just across the Ohio River from Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. So when you go to YouTube and you do that search, pull this recording up, you'll be able to hear the difference between your no power and your power situation. Roger?
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, FYI, Jim, you're 15 to 20 over into my station. Sounding very good, as usual. Okay, Jim, you take care. I won't take up any more of your time fooling around here, and I'm not ready for whatever you have to offer to take advantage of it now. So you carry on, and I'm going to get the book out, and if I can't get it to work, read the book. Back to you, Jim. WB3, George Baker, Foxtrot.
Roger, Fred. Well, I tell you what, you're in pretty good shape right now. What if you just left that EQ, study up on it and how to adjust it, but don't adjust it, and with your power on, join me next Friday, and we'll get that EQ worked out. Roger?
Yeah, okay, fine business. I guess 350, 60 watts is better than 40. So, okay, back to you, Jim.
Yes, sir. Best foot forward. Three's that way, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the QSO-VLOG net, and we're coming up on 5. We turned into a pumpkin at 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
November 2, Mike Sugar, N2SNF.
K2SNF. Give me that call sign again. There's a K2 station.
A November 2 Fox Mike Sugar.
Maybe it's a November station. November station, give me the call sign again, slowly, phonetically, please.
November 2 Foxtrot Mike Sierra. November 2 Foxtrot Mike Sierra.
Roger, Fox Mike Mike Sierra. This is KC9VKV going crazy here. What's the name there, sir?
Name is Harold. Hotel Alpha Romeo, Oscar Lima Delta. Name is Harold.
All right, Harold, and where are you located, sir?
We're in Dansville, New York. Dansville, New York. Running an ICOM 7100. It's a fairly new radio to me. I bought it used and with a hand microphone.
Roger that, Harold. And let's see here. What antenna are you using, sir?
It's a vertical antenna.
Are you using, sir?
And on top of 36 radios and running about 400 watts to an amplifier.
All right, Harold, you could do a little fattening if you would like. It starts with your compressor engaged at a 3. Turn your compressor on, engaged at a 3. Roger.
Okay, I moved it to 3. It was on 4, it's now on 3.
Alrighty, now go to your ALC and adjust your ALC by mic gain control to where your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3. By speaking naturally, normally into your microphone with your mic gain, adjust it to where your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, let me work. Oh, wow. I'm ready to see it. Just hang on a second, please. Here we go. I'm way too high in my ALC. Let me lower that down. And, oh my gosh, that was way too high. Up now it's up to about 3/4, between 1/2 and 3/4. Is that still too high?
No, that's pretty good. Now, do you know who your equalization or your tone control is?
I don't think I have any. I haven't sounded on this radio.
How old is that radio?
It's an ICOM 7100. I'm guessing it's probably 5 or 6 years.
Consult your owner's book, or if you don't have an owner's book, Google it, 7100 equalization ? I'm pretty sure you do have, and if you do find your EQ, you need to add some top-end EQ to that, maybe 3 clicks plus on your top-end EQ if you find it. Roger?
Okay, I'll look for that, and thank you for the advice. My mic gain right now is only on 12%. It's on 12, so hopefully, but you're hearing me okay. So is my compression set on 3. Is that a Roger?
Yes, sir. Now, how close are you working that mic right now?
It's a hand microphone. It's about 3 or 4 inches from my mouth.
All right, take that mic and bring it to the side of your mouth and work across it. Do not work straight into it. Pull it to the side of your mouth where it's almost touching your mouth, but you're talking past it. Roger?
Well, I'm trying that right now. AC did not change, and I'm speaking to the side of the microphone.
All right, and tell me something about what you like about your radio.
Well, I'm planning on using it in my in our RV. Just because it's a small little control unit. The head is detachable from the radio. Well, it is detached from the radio. Just a little small unit I can put on my kitchen table in our camper. Over.
Roger. Well, you're still a little bassy to my taste, and I'm not sure exactly what to do about that. I would say check your owner's manual to see if you have equalization. I'm pretty sure you do. And if you do, what we discussed, top-end boost, about mid-scale to full. In other words, flat would be straight up, and then you would have a boost to the right and cut to the left. You want to go to the right about halfway to max for top-end boost. Roger?
Okay, I'll look up the owner's manual. I'll check that out this evening. Well, thank you very much. I know it's 5 o'clock. We're quitting time. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Roger, sir. 3's that way, sir. And join us next Friday, and let me know what we're doing there as far as what you found out about your radio, if it has EQ or not. Roger?
Well, thank you very much. I'll do that, and I'll try to be on here next Friday. I'll do it earlier in the afternoon than I did today. Thanks again.
Roger. And that will conclude this Friday afternoon's QSO-VLOG Net. We've enjoyed it much, and we're going to do some adjustments here, but we'll be signing off the net, and we'll say 3's to all who participated. If you want to go to YouTube and check out your audio, do so. Go to YouTube and do a call letter search, KC9VKV, and add today's date, 9/4/20. That will help you more intrinsically get to this recording. Sometimes, in the past, YouTube has put this, the latest one, up on page 1, which is nice, but now they're not doing that necessarily. So if in order to get to this recording more easily, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by today's date, 9/4/20. That should take you directly to this recording. So in the meantime, we'll say 3's, and this is KC9VKV reassigning this net to normal amateur use. KC9VKV, clear.